Okay, so this is the first version or first attempt at the board shape that I want to skate. It's very, 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 very specific dimensions, and I have a feeling it's going to take a couple tries to get it right. This is the first one. I have two different versions of it with me, so over the next couple, however long it takes, I'm going to be sharing with you my thoughts and feelings on the shapes that we're trying out, what I want to change. I'm very open to, in the comment section, if you want to like throw some stuff at me, some ideas that you think might be cool, or I think you'll be able to get an idea of what I'm aiming for, and maybe you have some suggestions that would help me get to where I'm trying to get. That would be incredible. But it's pretty cool to be like, hey, here's what I want my shape to be, here's the dimensions, here's like what it's going to look like, and then to get a really, I mean, it kind of looks like I imagined it, so I it'd be crazy if they got it first try. I don't expect them to get it first try. But anyways, I think I'm going to give a quick explanation, though, because I do get a good bit of comments about, like, oh, like, you're going to get a board, but you're not pro. Like, what are you doing? Or, like, why don't you want to be pro? Why don't you want, like, it to be a pro model? And the reason I don't want it to be a pro model is it's not even like an old head thing. I think I have an idea of what makes you a pro skater. And I think there's certain things that you need to like achieve in your career, right? Like I think you have to have, like, not necessarily like a cover in a magazine, but a very significant like photo in a magazine. Like I think you have to be like active in that community. I think you have to put out a video part that makes a difference, that people don't just talk about in a way that it's just like, because it's really hard now to put out a part that gets talked about any more than like 5 seconds. Like I think you need like a certain level of relevancy based on your skill, not in the fact that like I have followers because I do like a YouTube channel and stuff like that. Like I'm basically just like a skateboarding influencer. And then I think my ability on a skateboard, even though it's arguably like unique, it falls way short of like the level of skill that you would need. And I know whenever I bring this up, I get a lot of comments that disagree with me. People who just really enjoy my skating. And to those people, I very much appreciate the kind words. I just disagree. But that doesn't mean that I don't think I have a good idea of what would make a really good skateboard. I've been doing it for 24 years now. I'm definitely a nerd about it. I definitely care a lot about the dimensions. And if I'm going to make a skateboard, I'm going to make a skateboard that I think is extremely functional without getting too weird or crazy. I don't really like looking down at something too bizarre. So I want it to almost look like a normal board, but have different functions. And to minimize any of the issues that I've had with certain tricks, this board gets kind of niched down pretty far. But this is the board. Right out the gate, you probably can't really notice much about it, much of the difference. So I'm going to do a little explanation, and then I'm going to go skate La Puente with Ariana, and I will probably mic myself up because people seem to enjoy it when I did that in Tampa. So I'm going to continue to do that. Okay, so what's up with the board? It's going to be pretty hard to tell. So one side is pretty standard nose. It's a slightly smaller than a regular nose. I think it's 6.8. So that's maybe the same size as some other boards' nose, but it's slightly smaller for a PAL nose. This is our standard nose. That's all that is. The other side is like that. It is a squared off nose, arguably a hockey-esque nose, except for it's a little bit more flat on top. The taper starts later, so it's close to a hockey one, but it's almost maybe slightly more exaggerated towards the square side. So what's different about that? I'm sure you've seen boards that have exactly one square side, one round side. The difference is they're non-identical twins. So they're the exact same length. This is a twin board with different shapes. And the reason for that is because round side, you got your 360 flips on your round side, you got your pressure flips on the round side. In my opinion, round is just about better for everything. When you sit on crooked grinds, the roundness, you get to sit on the pinch better for the round side. But square side, my issue with, I just am not very great at back tails. I always end up with my foot dragging on back tails and it stops me. But if it's wider on the edge, it's less room for my foot to drag for nose slides, for tail slides. Also, the good thing about having the squared off thing, and I know Andy's talked about this on his board, it's why he has flat spots on his board, is for shove-its. The wider this is, the less likely it's going to do that topple over flip thing. So a square side is way better for shove-its, 3 shove-its, big spins, stuff like that. Also, tail blocks, nose slides, tail slides. there's actually quite a few advantages to having a square side on your board. The issue that I've had, though, is usually when they do a square tail, it's a smaller square side, and you kind of like lose a lot of like the positioning. Like they feel kind of, I don't know, they feel kind of weird to stand on. I'm not even positive which way I'm going to skate it more often, but since it's twin, I don't think it really matters. So since there's a difference in shape, there's going to be a slight difference in weight, and I don't know if I'm going to need to mess with that at all, as far as like making a slight taper football going in one direction or not. But at the very least, it's definitely going to minimize the weirdness. So there's also some advantages to, and I know some skaters can relate to this, skating your board backwards, skating something that has slightly more weight. Like, for example, I like to do nollie flips off of a nose. So I will probably do my nollie flips off of the square side because it might be slightly heavier. I'm not sure yet, though. They might be so close in weight that you don't even notice, but that is something that I have in mind going into it, that I talked to Justin, who cut this board out for me, and got all the fine-tuning. So let me give you the numbers and stuff. The board is 8.412 wide, so slightly smaller than an 8.5. It's in between 8.38 and 8.5. The length of the board, or the wheelbase, I should say, this one is 14.25. So pretty standard for, I would say, like an 8.25. Our 8.5s are 8 or 14.38. Power Peralta's 8.5s are 14.38 wheelbase. So this is smaller than that. But since the nose and the tail, well, since it's two noses, I should say, and they're both 6.8, the board ends up being a normal length of a skateboard. It's not shorter than any other board. I think it's the exact same length of our 8.5s and our 8.38s. So I think the profile of standing on it's going to be exactly the same for me. I feel like where my feet positioning is not going to be weird. Hopefully I can just go right into enjoying this side and getting a feel for it. That's my guess of what I'm hoping is going to happen. I don't know. We're going to go skate it. We're going to feel it out, and I'm going to give you my opinion. And I'm going to probably skate it for a while. I'm going to keep updating you and also Justin, so the next rendition of this will be closer to what I want, or maybe I might try something completely different. And I'm dead serious. Like, leave comments. Like, let me know. I'm not comment hunting. Like, I'm looking for ideas to make this board better. Like, I want people involved because this is what I've thought about for a while, the non-identical twins, which is something that I'm going to keep running with. But there's other aspects of this board, stuff with concave, there's a million things that we could do. So, yeah. Oh, it's also the standard or that new concave that we've been using, where it's flat in the middle. It's got that gradual adjustment, less dead space in the corner, all that stuff with our new flight decks that I'm really excited about. I wanted all that on this board because it's just a better design. Anyways, I'm going to go skate. Here's what it looks like to look down at. Here you go.
Damn.
Dude. First thing that Ariana said we should tell this board was she knows how to throw a bowling ball now. It's crazy. Fucking, it'll fix anything for you. So I've been skating it for probably, I don't know, we've been here for what, half hour or something like that. And I got a feel for what it's gonna do and what it's not gonna do. I'm just gonna show a little bit of it. So one of the most surprising things about it is, and I said before I even started skating that, I thought I was gonna wanna use the round side for crooked grinds. But right when I got here, I did a slappy crook on the squarish side. And it felt like I had so much room to play. Like, it felt like there was more wiggle room. A little bit more sturdy. So that was surprising. I mean, other stuff like 50/50s and stuff, no difference. Just a regular board. Mostly with like the nose slides and stuff. Flip tricks. I don't know, it's not really flipping any different, like off the square side, but I did do a really good nollie heel. I probably won't do it again. Then I did that off the square side. So I think my issues with nollie heels is they want to spin this way because of maybe the roundness. Because maybe like I set up kind of crazy. I set up like this, and I think that naturally makes it want to go like that. I think it keeps it a little bit more straight. That could be placebo effect. Let's see if I can go decent one. And we're gonna let
keep that in.
Leave that in. Oh, you just one right there.
We should see if it's like really good and let me do an alley heel.
See, it's good. Oh!
That's so good.
Hold on, give me that. Get off my board, dude. Hold on. Dude, I just gotta kick straight back. This video's changed. It's now just me relearning how to nollie heel flip.
Fuck. Hey, honestly though, nollie heels do feel, even though I didn't do it, but it felt good. It felt really good.
We're just gonna start so many lies about this board. A lot of people don't know this, but Ariana's never skated before. Yeah? You can't see it, but behind the lens, she's like this. Being a little bit more convenient than I expected. Like, it's kind of nice to like have your board not backwards, but have it still feel like normal. So what I'm finding myself do is I'm using the round side for the tail if I'm doing a tail slide, and I use it as the nose for the nose slide. So, well, I mean, what's kind of cool is like you can skate it either way, so it feels kind of comfortable. Because earlier I was doing all my flip tricks on the board like quote unquote backwards, but it doesn't really feel backwards. It feels like a normal board. Okay, I'll show you what I mean. But if I wanted to, I could still do it the other way. So I noticed this earlier. I like doing back tails on the round side more than a normal board because the tail is bigger than a normal tail, which I didn't take into consideration. Cruising around, I was only skating it one way because I put this stripe on the board out of habit, and it's kind of making me, when I skate it this way, it feels backwards, but the shape's not backwards, so it gets in my head. Flip tricks is like the main thing that I was concerned about. I haven't done many. I haven't even tried a nollie tray off the square side yet. That felt kind of fine though. I wonder what, let me try it the other way. Man, it'd be funny to start doing nollie trays with my boards like not backwards. Ew. Try the other side again. I feel like it just might not matter. One more off the other side. I don't know. I gotta do one more. Honestly, feels kind of nice. I know for a fact regular trays I'm gonna do off the round side. I do tray flips off a square, it does that like Nate Broussard barrel flip thing, which I like the way it looks, but not the way it feels. It actually felt okay though. Let's do one more. I expected that to be more crooked. Dude, twin boards are the fucking shit. This is like way more successful than I was expecting it. Try a nollie flip. Oh, wow. Huh. Oh, hey, it made a sound. I wonder if that's like easier to make the pop sound with for me. Because I always miss pop because I started sliding my foot up too soon. Does flat hit the ground earlier? It shouldn't, right? Because they're the same length. That back tail did not feel backwards. Man, twins are kind of like what everyone should be running. I mean, even though they're like non-identical twins, it's like, it's so nice to do a 180 flip trick and not be like, this feels awkward. It feels kind of cozy. Nollie stuff, like nollie in. Longer tail fucking rules. Alright, so the main reason that I wanted the big square nose, and I talked about this, is when I do nose slide stuff or tail slide stuff, having so much room for my foot to not drag. I'm gonna try to do front nose and crossing down, hopefully first try. Like, look at all this room for activities.
Damn.
My foot has so much space. It's so cute. Well, I should probably frontside half cab into that. Oh, it's actually kind of scary. If you're a bitch! No. we're just gonna roll around for a second. I'm just gonna try to skate normally and see if I notice any effects. I think I'll be fine though. Other than like my disease. I don't know what I was thinking with that. I unbiasedly want to give this board a 10 out of 10, but I need to skate it for a few days and try like all of the different types of tricks. I haven't played too much with frontside big spins or backside big spins. A few flip tricks I didn't touch yet, but I'll be consistently like updating with a review on this board, and then the next one that I'll be skating. So let me give you some information. Maybe you'll have some ideas. I was really certain that I was going to want to adjust the length of the nose and the tail to be slightly bigger, like 6.9 instead of 6.8. It makes me want to shrink the wheelbase down to 14 because tray flips, the board still feels a little long. I struggle with getting my tray flips in the air. And whenever I sit on Zach's board, which has like a much smaller wheelbase, they just go up so much faster. So maybe a 14-inch wheelbase with the 6.9 nose and tail. I'm not positive though, because I also have a 14-inch wheelbase I still need to skate that has these same dimensions. So we'll see how that goes. It'll be a good thing for me to play off of with this board. The square nose is perfect. I thought I was going to want to change up the dimensions a little bit. When I first looked at it, I thought I was going to want it a little bit more square, but it's just enough round that when I was doing tray flips and nollie trays off of it, it felt good, but it has just enough square that my pop shove it stay flat. So I think they kind of nailed the nose perfectly. Also, you see how it seems like it almost kind of bows out a little bit? It's an illusion, but it's because you have these things that bend in right here. But that's actually really nice to look down at. And when I was like sitting on my nose slides, it really felt like, since the bottom of the board has curvature on it, like the nose has concave, it felt like it would be really good for nose slides to crook on the square side, which is kind of counterintuitive to me. So I'll be playing with that in the next couple days. I'll update y'all on that. But if there's anything that you've wanted to see on a board that you've thought of and you thought like might actually be a thing, leave a comment, because I'm open to try other stuff. Basically, the guys at the company are giving me full range to throw anything I want at them, and they're going to try to chop it up for me. So if you have like a good idea that you think I would love or just would be good in general, let me know. All right, I'm going to continue to skate because I want to skate and not film.